Hero Club presents Los Ingobernables de Tokusatsu. This is Los Ingobernables de Tokusatsu, episode 37, I believe. And we're still technically on our off-season, I guess, where you would say, because, you know, it's the holiday area. We have the technical Christmas episode last week. We have this little additional episode this week following, you know, the start of the new year. And then we'll go back to our normal schedule. However, we're still going to be talking about Tokusatsu this week, since we do have a little bit of news, as well as I, Wheelchair21, am here with two of the original members of this podcast. First off, we have Project RDM.
I was here the whole time, Wheels. Come on now.
You like are going in and out. Like you just show up like that one. You're like a spirit ranger. You're here one day, then you're gone the next.
Whoa! Don't compare me to that. That's terrible. That is I should slap you with my...
what should we refer you to then? A Bangai hero now, where even though you were an original member of the team, you're like, well, I got injured, but now I'm back. But then I get injured again, then you come back, and you just like keep going away or coming back, disappearing.
I don't know. We'll figure that out. We'll make that.
Wheels. Clearly, he's single man.
Obviously, now that just kind of spoils the surprise. But yeah, we have Mucha back for this weird, interesting episode. Mucha's here. The green
vein. I need you to slap him to double check if he's not an illusion, like Luke was in that movie.
No. He's probably, it's just his stand. It's really his stand, the green vape replacing him. It's not even Mucha. It's actually it's not. It's one of those.
It's two. A standee.
The next episode.
It's a standee for sale on the.
No, it's the stand. It is the stand.
It's a manifestation.
It's a Joker standee that's on sale on the non-existent Hero Club store.
Guys, I just noticed something really effed up watching Godzilla against Mechagodzilla. The actor / comedian dude that is Miyabi's uncle in Ultraman Orb was that one guy shouting about, "Oh no, my house," when Godzilla steps on it at the beginning of the movie. That's him.
Oh no.
Allegedly. Like, if I go back and zoom in, I think it's freaking him. I'm going to check his filmography in a little bit. But yeah, no, this week, since we're still technically sort of off our A-game, sort of game, whatever game, Toku game, we're just going to be a little bit laxed. We're going to be talking about the weeklies thus far. You know, we're going to be talking about Q-Ranger. We're going to be talking about Kamen Rider Build. We're going to be talking about maybe a little bit of Geed, since some of us have watched some of Geed, dropped Geed, either picked it back up, whatnot. As well as talk about some of the information we got about Patoranger and Lupinranger, such as the staff. The cast is going to be probably revealed sometime in this month, since, you know, this episode will air in January, even though we're recording it beforehand. As well as I'm going to ask these guys a few questions that, you know, Soundout and I asked on the last episode, and get their answers for this week. Hopefully we can keep this under, you know, an hour, 20 minutes, but you know how me and Mucha are when we're together. Shit gets really effed up, and it then leads into Miles Morales jokes.
Exactly. Just like that stupid Spider-Verse movie. What the fuck's going on?
Yeah. Too bad there's no Leopard on it. Or is there? Dun, 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 dun.
Dun.
So yeah, that's our lit list for this week. We're going to be just, you know, being a little bit lax. Maybe you'll hear some Wrestle Kingdom predictions, even though this will air after Wrestle Kingdom. But nevertheless, let's get into this. So, where should we start, guys? Since most of this is going to be Sentai talk, I'm guessing, this week, should we just start with Kamen Rider Build, since it's technically the one that'll still be airing in 2018, where Q-Ranger will be wrapping up?
I mean, we don't know if it's going to be canceled, Wheels. You never know.
I mean, some people are kind of hoping they will cancel Kamen Rider, but, you know, it's not going to happen, even though some of us wish it, so we could get replaced by Metal Hero.
Never gonna happen.
Alright, so how should we start off talking about Build thus far? Because, like, you would expect that not that much to have happened in such a little amount of time, but they were like, nah, we're gonna do a lot. We're gonna do a lot.
Fam. We got this.
Alright then, so Mucha, I guess you start us off then with the whole, what's your thoughts on Build thus far?
Oh my god, me? The guy who's returned after so many years after being trapped in a dumpster?
Well, I mean, if you say fuck one more time, that's where your job's gonna be.
Probably, but you know, I can just, you know, get the Cobra full bottle and embrace my true blood's darkness. the true villain of the show, after all. Kamen Rider Build's an interesting little thing, because I didn't really know what to expect going into the show. Like, there was the whole thing about, oh, it's going to have an amnesia plot, and then I'm like, oh no. And there's going to be the Toei Bandai gimmicks, oh no. And there's going to be a small little setup about narrative-driven story, oh no. Everything is building up towards this being a mistake being made, and then it turns out, no, it's alright, fam. It's all good in the hood. It's actually a pretty decent show for the most part. I wouldn't say I love it, but I think I'm enjoying the ride so far.
Yeah, I'll say this. A lot of people are expecting me to be like over the top in love with it, where I think like a lot of the fandom is currently for all three shows, like Geed, Build, and Q Ranger. But the weird thing is with Build is I've just found it okay. Like I enjoy it. I think it's a nice show. I think there are some interesting callbacks. I think some of the things that people are thinking are callbacks to other rider series or Ishinomori's way of riding aren't really there like they expect them to be. But there is a bit of that there. There obviously is, but it's not as heavily implied as people think.
The one like actual cool idea that Build has is that the Kamen Rider is basically kind of like that Shocker scientist who rebels against Shocker.
Exactly. It's a take on the show era.
Yeah, like, spoiler alert, people, for those who haven't watched it so far, but Sento, our
It's
character,
the scientist.
yeah, he's Takumi, the scientist.
Well, they explain what happened exactly to him.
Yeah, they explain exactly what happened to him, and it all leads back to, again, the best character in the show, Bloodstark.
With them able to like change their own appearances allegedly.
Well, it was actually he has that ability because of something like when he touched the Pandora's box. I guess he gained that ability.
Yeah, it's kind of confusing because like watch we find out the real plot twist is that if Sento is really the scientist rebelling, we find out that like it's gonna be weird because like without really going into full spoilers and that the thing that I see is like there are a lot of homages, but there was like stuff early on in the series where people were just trying to like say this is an Easter egg when it really wasn't. You remember that Moocher, right? Like in the first couple of episodes, like they were just saying it was Easter eggs for the sake of saying it was Easter eggs to like be nostalgia tards.
Well, wasn't it Easter during the time?
No.
Oh, wasn't? Then
No.
what the fuck are they talking about?
No, like but you do remember that, right? Where like people were just like throwing up like all these claims before there was like even more incentive of it being like more of a homage to like Shitori Ishimori's way of writing, because like they said there were going to be some implements, but it was like people were just saying, oh, that is for the sake of saying it,
Well, that's happened a lot in like Rider for a couple of years now, where they say like, oh, there are elements that are of the early Heisei or classic Showa, but there really aren't. Like the prime example I can think of is Kamen Rider O's, where it was touted as being a return to early Heisei kind of style.
Where it tried to do that for like maybe 4 episodes and then just dropped that all together, and then tried to pick it up again in the middle and then just dropped it all again. So like, hey man, I hear this like series is great, and then you pick it up and then you drop it, and then you try to go back to the series, but then you realize it's just garbage. It's like Soundout trying to watch Smallville now. That's the best way to explain it. What? It's true. But no, like I think like Build is one of those ones where like I'm enjoying the ride, but I'm not in love with it. Like I'm not like, hey man, let me take you to dinner, Like it's like nah, you're all right, you're okay. I think now
you're still in friend zone territory.
Yeah,
so
like Build isn't like the friend zone territory until like this alleged the war arc starts, because like when the war happens, I feel like that's where it's gonna get really good or really bad. I feel like it's the make it break it point. But
I like how the war started because Bloodstark is like an asshole and just manipulates people to do his thing.
Yeah, he's kind of trying to be like Gem, but actually written to be like a realistic villain, where it's not I'm just a petty fuck trying to become a rich millionaire. But this one's like, no, I'm just gonna destroy the world.
No, his whole thing is like, I want Pandora's box. That's my bae.
Yeah, he wants to fuck an inanimate object. But Project, like, your thoughts on build thus far? All the crazy stuff going on.
Hey, I'm liking it, man. I actually didn't see that he would be the scientist. I thought he was gonna be like something else. Something else. I don't know, but it's weird.
I thought he was the scientist because of like that one scene with the episode involving the scientist's mother where he eats the omelet and starts crying.
I actually thought he was what's it called, the astronaut, and then the guy who plays what's it called was actually like the guy who took his place. Huh? Think about it. That could have been possible.
I
Here's
know
the
people.
here's the funny thing. Like originally, before like with Owner, like we knew Owner was probably gonna be Bloodstark, but the plot twist of being that it was a guy that killed Owner was like kind of weird and crazy. I also found it like weird that like I actually thought that the scientist that Ryuga killed was gonna be actually like Sento because of everyone thinking about like because I think early on they kind of hint that there's like genetic altering engineering technology. So I was like, oh, the scientist that was killed was really the character, and like Sento's that like I thought that like it was all tied to Sento still, like the murder of the scientist and who really Bloodstark was. Like I was like, oh shit, we're gonna find out that the scientist that Ryuga allegedly murdered is Bloodstark, and it's not really Owner, or they're like actually like working together, or they are one and the same, or whoever is supposed to be the like I honestly thought like the plot twist was gonna be like either the scientist that Ryuga killed is supposed to be what is it um Spider, and that Spider like and Cobra is supposed to be Owner. Like I thought one of those things was gonna be like the plot twist, then where it's leading now, where they're still gonna try to maybe like turn out that Spider really is Sento,
Dun dun dun.
because there's still that like hint that Sento could be Spider, right?
A spider smash.
Yeah, like he's supposedly the Spider Smash, where the guy who's gonna become Kamen Rider, what is it, Nebula, is Bat Night Rogue right now.
I thought his name was Kamen Rider Rogue.
Yeah, what is it, Nebula Rogue or some bullshit like that? Because he has the Nebula gun.
He's Robula.
I don't know really. I'm forgetting, but
He's
like
actually Flash Gordon.
Flash, savior of the universe. No, because like I think that's the weird thing with the build story thus far is that like they've done actually interesting plot twists. I mean, hell, it's a better mystery than Kamen Rider Double.
Nah, fam.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nah, fam. I mean, it was pretty obvious who Bloodstark was.
I would say at least the whole thing with the dead scientist and Sento is a better mystery, like who he was rather
I don't
than
know.
than freaking Philip being Raito the entire time. Like I'm just saying, right now it seems better than Philip, like where we know it's freaking him. Where Sento was like, oh shit, what up, Like, hey, it's you,
Nani?
Dio. And the funny
Oh
thing
no,
is, like,
Dio da.
the lead up for this, like, the war thing is kind of funny, too, because they're like, oh yeah, the government that was, spying on Sento, it has now created their own driver or whatnot, and has given it to an assassin, played by Otoya. Like, what's everyone's, like, probably we should talk about, like, what's everyone's thoughts, though, about the fact that, the guy who played Otoya is back as this assassin.
Hey, man, as long as somebody gets work, I'm happy for them.
Listen, I just hope he's all right. I hope he's improved in his acting. I hope that he isn't Otoya 2.0 again.
Yeah, like, I finally think he's going to be, like, a serious actor, because the funny thing about Otoya was, like, he was supposed to be, like, a serious ladies' man, but he's more of a goofball ladies' man. And so it's like...
He's more of a ladies' man, but actually a scumbag.
That too, but, maybe. Who knows? I think, though, like, there is going to be a really weird, storyline building up, because the series is trying to hint that we have 4 riders. We already have 4 frickin' riders confirmed. We have Build, we have Ryuga as Cross Z, we have Otoya's character, which is Kamen Rider Grease, we have Night Rogue, who is going to be freaking Kamen Rider Rogue, or Nebula Rogue, and it's kind of weird that it seems like we're going to have 4 riders, where Toei kind of sort of transitioned briefly back during Ghost and Drive to going, maybe we just need 3 riders, following like the Agito aesthetic to some regard, some degree, and now they're back to like, we kind of maybe need more riders, which makes me wonder, does that mean Bloodstark will become a rider?
I
That
hope
mean,
not.
yeah, like I'm hoping he doesn't, but you never know.
I
Like, I
think
have a
he will
feeling
be.
there will be a plot twist.
I think he's going to. Wheels, you know why?
I think Bloodstark is going to become.
Night Rogue is the general guy, right?
Night Rogue is like the one who runs the scientific lab with the goatee and stuff.
I think he's gonna turn. I think he's gonna be a good guy because it really.
Yeah, we already know he's going to be because there's Kamen Rider Rogue, who in essence is Night Rogue.
As we all know, just because you have a Kamen Rider name doesn't mean you're actually going to become a good guy.
I mean, it happened with Chase.
Yeah, but it didn't happen with Gold Drive.
But that was because he was a dick.
Yeah, but you know what's funny though? Now that I mentioned Gold Drive, the suit actor for Gold Drive is Bloodstark's suit actor, I think.
Which explains a lot of his dickery movements.
His dickery.
Like, think about it. If it's the same suit actor, it explains everything. Like, his nonchalant, his actual suave debonair, like, stances. When he's all rested and relaxed. Like, hey, how's it going? I'm here to, kill you now. What? Yeah. I'm gonna rain on your parade. What? And then he's just like, let's settle this and smash.
Dun dun dun.
But, yeah, no, like, I think the war saga that we're building to is the thing that's gonna make or break the show, because they split Japan in 3 sections. There's gonna be a civil war between all 3 sections. On top of that, they literally make it that this is outside the canon, even though it's supposed to be inside the canon of established universes.
I don't think about the established universe, because that's just, what the fuck.
That's just silly, because if you start thinking of, like, real-life logic, you'd think all the writers would let this happen.
Yeah, I know, right? You think Godai would let any of the shit happen?
Yeah. Like, straight on. Like, if every Heisei series followed Kuga, Kuga would just be like old man Kuga by this point. We would just hear,
Johnny
her.
Cash
Yeah, yeah, Johnny Cash is her. Yeah, dude, and it would work too, because current Joe Odagiri, where he's just like very just stoic, is just like, don't fuck with me. He'd just be like, it would be amazing. Because then freaking what's his face? God, what's the detective's name? I always screw up his name.
Ichijo?
Yeah, Ichijo would be like, Godai, you're here. Ichijo, tell them to back the fuck off. Oh shit, he's going for the rider kick.
Like, basically, all Godai would have to do for, like, all these series is just turn ultimate, and then it'd be over for him. That's why
he's the guy they have to convince to come back, because, like, hey, shit's getting out of control, help. Then he'll just show up to fuck shit up.
And then if Kuga
rising ultimate just to restrain his power.
No, here's the funnier joke. And if even Kuga F's up, Kuga just, like, has on speed dial freaking Ryotaro and Kabuto. It's like, yo, guys, I screwed up. I need you to reset time by 5 minutes. Like, they just go back in time to reset it. Like, yo, even if I fail, we have a fail-safe. I can just call this guy Kabuto and Deno. They can just go back in time, join me, and make sure I don't fuck up.
Just check the future or something, or just make sure like nothing blows up. I don't blow up the planet.
Yeah, like if you think about it, like Kuga, like even with Agito, if Agito showed up, like there would be days where like Kuga doesn't even have to answer the call. Like, hey Kuga, we need you. Like you see the Kuga logo, but then all of a sudden you see like Ichijo just get a speed dial. Okay, change the logo. They just change it. It turns to the Agito logo. You just hear den 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 den. That's literally what would happen. Like, if they were still in the same continuity, none of this shit would even happen. Like, freaking, like, Kenzaki, man, like, Agito and Kuga would have just been, like, had the G3 group, like, try to track down Kenzaki and arrest him.
Under arrest for being a mirror.
Yeah, you're under arrest. Like, they just put him in, like, a cement solitary, like, room where he can't see anything. Like, it's always black. Like, just pitch black.
It's black in Philadelphia.
No, that's just all the smog in Pittsburgh.
So yeah, we can't tie real life logic into like tokusatsu. So
no, if you tie back real logic of this series, allegedly the wall in build was established during Kamen Rider Deno's run. Top of that, guys, this takes place in X8's world, because X8 and build
which is also part of real life world apparently.
Yeah, allegedly. So like,
but hey, wait,
weird.
Put it this way: this is the one thing the Showa era did right. If you're wondering where the writers are, oh yeah, Amazon's actually fighting the Amazon right now, and I believe which was it? Was it Super One or something? Was like in America or whatever. Remember they explained?
Yeah. No, in the show era, they explained that they were going and finding like the small
Different
areas of
organizations.
Shocker. They're like, oh well, this piece of Shocker, this piece of Destron, like this subcult here is over here. It was literally like they were just hunting down like the remaining areas. Like they were just literally going after Neo Zeon or freaking Kronos, like in the Guyver series, where like Guyver
They're
does
being
the Grand
proactive.
Tour.
They're
Yeah,
being proactive
they went
for the
really like they took the fight to them. Aside from that one issue I do have, where there is like that story of like the writers find a way to get themselves killed like almost every 3 years. Like if you think about it, like the Showa writers have died only to be like Kira Yamato back like almost every 3 to 4 years. Think about it. Ichigo and Nigo died saving V3, only to have been found out to be survive the blast, only to die again alongside what was it V3 and Rider Man, only for them to come back again.
And die alongside with everybody and Skyrider.
So yeah, they've died like a shit ton of times. Like I think
That's
Don't get me
because they're
started.
immortal
Don't get started. Don't continue on with Decade, where everybody died.
where everybody died, and then you continue on where Ichigo died again in Ghost, because the moral of Ghost is you have to die to get your powers.
Hey man, why not? It's cool when he came back.
Yeah, he
Fucking
did come back
Phoenix.
as a phoenix. Fly like a
He
phoenix.
came back
can
as
fly.
Joaquin Phoenix.
No, he didn't go crazy, and he doesn't have that thing on his lip.
He's
And,
like one of the
and he also didn't film a biopic as Johnny Cash. So
no, Ring of Fire,
Yeah.
baby.
Ring of Fire, that Ring of Fire. So yeah, no, build. It's good, but it's still in the friend zone, as Mooch had coined the phrase earlier. It's in the friend zone. we're not going steady yet.
But one thing that shocked me about Build is that it actually has like engaging villains, like villains that you want to see on screen.
Yes, exactly. They're not like lame.
Like Bloodstark is like my favorite character next to like Misora, who is Bae, confirmed.
I mean,
60-40.
I mean,
Alright,
I
it's
still like,
Kagi.
yeah, I still like Seiwa, but she barely gets enough screen time because they're like, well, you're old and no one wants Christmas cake, and she's just like, I hate all of you.
She's
How
not
old
that
is she?
old, man.
Taka
20,
Yukari
26.
is, I think, Christmas cake.
Wait, what?
Hold on, let me go check.
She's Christmas cake. That's delicious.
No, it's not. No, not in the sense of the Japanese.
Listen.
Wheelchair's googling, but yeah, continue on. Talk.
Oh, like there was that one scene in episode 16, I believe, or 15.
Yeah, she's 30. She is 30. She is Christmas cake.
30?
She's 30.
She's
Well,
30.
she is a good-looking 30, that's for sure. I thought she was younger.
Jesus Christ. I thought she was like in her 20s.
No,
Oh,
she was in her
God.
20s when she did the Gavin movie.
Oh yeah, she was in that awful movie.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
I Bloodstark out of here.
Damn. That was dark.
Wait, what happened? What did he say? Did I miss it?
Yeah, you missed it. It was pretty dark. He said
I don't know.
he said the Gavin movie was shit.
Whoa. I know you've been gone for a while, but who the hell are you? Who is it? I think Wheels. I think he's a Skromac. Skromac alert. Does he know about the Skromacs?
I don't know. He doesn't know the story of the Skromax. That's in the day for another story. But let's.
I thought you were saying I'm the Skrillex. I'm like, wait,
No,
I'm Skrillex.
no, whoa, no. That's worse. That's
I'm
worse.
dropping that. I'm
Not
dropping
really,
that.
no.
I'm not dropping that dubstep.
No, but anyways, no, she's old. She's actually older than everyone thinks. Which could explain why Mitan gets more screen time, because she's the younger, fresher meat on the market.
What kind of analogy is that?
The visible ninja kind.
You need to stop hanging out with that guy.
I really do. He is a bad influence.
God, that sounds like something Kusaka would say.
I know, it should have been out of your mouth, not mine.
He's just like, oh, that Mari. That's the new fresher meat on the market.
Yeah, well, here's the funny thing. The chick who plays Misora, Kaho Takada, yeah, she's 21. Also, Project, she was also in the recent version of Great Teacher Onizuka.
Yay.
So we have to go watch that on Crunchyroll later. But yeah, no. Can we move on to Q Ranger now, since we spent like 25 minutes on fucking Bill and his
But
glorious
there's still
friend
so
zone?
much to say about how
Bloodstark is
And-
awesome.
Yeah, there's so much to say. Like, do you know how many people he's killed just for lulz?
27.
Yes. He just killed a guy just because he wanted to change his face.
Yeah, he kind of just wanted to kill people, didn't he? Oh my
Doesn't
god!
give a shit.
Listen. That just means anyone who deals with Snake and Kamen Riders are just serial killers. Think about it. Oja, Bloodstark. He uses the Venosnaker CGI mold for his attacks.
Oh my god.
You ever notice that the Cobra he summons is just a CGI blue Venosnaker?
Yes.
Like it's like a more updated Venosnaker in CG. Well, because Venosnaker was already CG, so why am I? You know, he was always CG. He was never a puppet.
Yeah. You think Ryuki actually has the budget for puppets?
Well, no, they did have a budget for some of the suits, just not all the suits.
Okay, I should rephrase that. You think Ryuki actually gave a shit?
At one point they maybe did, not at all the points, but never mind. All right, so let's talk about Kyuranger, since that's gonna be ending in like 2 months, like literally this month, January into February. Like we only have like 8 episodes left, like
Let me
6.
Get out my small violin.
Yeah. So Kyuranger thus far. Let's go with Project this time. Thoughts on Kyuranger all the way up to now that you've seen?
I haven't seen a lot, but I like it.
You know, it's funny. I haven't seen a lot either, Project. Let me tell you how much I've seen of Kyuranger. 1 episode.
That is incredibly amazing because I've seen up to 36 episodes and I'm behind like 7 episodes or some episodes.
To be honest, I'm lying. I've actually seen a lot of it. I just don't remember much of it now because I've been watching.
Listen. If it's a scene that has to deal with Hami Otori or God, what's his name? Goddamn Commander.
Dolan Poe.
Yeah, Shoran Poe. Yeah, I can remember it. But if it's a scene that kind of deals with any of the others, I'm like, so who are you guys?
Like, I don't give a fuck.
Like it's kind of like, no, I do like Kyuranger, but I feel like Hami, Shoranpo, and Saguri like really stand out. Like I love the hell out of the stupid shit Saguri does, like especially when he first shows up and he's like, "I'm legendary. Don't fuck with me. I'm the legendary one." Like there's like that whole moment where like he just breaks out into an argument with them and just shouts, "I am legendary. That's all you need to know." And like everyone's just like looking, and even the villains are like kind of like, "What the hell was that all about?" Like he just randomly shouts it. It's like that time I was in a fight and I shouted, "Lala could have been a mother to me," and then like sucker punched a guy. Like it's legitimately like that. It was just so out of the blue. Another thing I like is the fact when he stole Shoran Poe's gig as the commander when Shoran Poe was lost in time. The fact that the commander from Ultraman Max showed up as a completely cool, badass character was great. The fact that Hami's the best thing about the show, great. Like seriously, I would buy that calendar if it wasn't $40.
What calendar?
Sakurabo's calendar. It's like $40 project.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like $40 damn dollars. I don't want to spend $40.
Because you would spend it if you had it.
Probably. Who knows? I don't know.
He would sell his left wheel just to get it.
Sir, I would one up and sell them my right wheel.
Oh.
Because that's more expensive to me. But yeah, no, so it seems like no one watches really like Kyuranger enough compared to me. I mean, like, it's alright, it's great. If Soundout was here, he'd be saying it's the best thing ever. If our friend Zeltrax was here, he'd be telling us to go kill ourselves.
But I'm here to tell you, fans, the people of America and Japan and whatever the countries you're listening to this in, I'm here to tell you that Kyuranger is a Sentai. That's about it. I was
going to say, what isn't a Sentai?
B-Fighter.
That's a Metal Heroes. So it's,
Well,
yeah,
you said
of course.
What isn't a Sentai?
Well, I was waiting for you to say, like, a Sentai that isn't a Sentai.
Oh, you mean Bokenger.
Wow, that's a funny way to say Abaranger.
Oh, man. Nah, fam.
That's also a funny way to say Go Busters.
Nah, fam.
Or
I was gone for so long, I had to bring the fire.
Yeah, well, Oga's not here to drop that fire. You don't play with my Boken heart like that. You can do it with Oga, but you don't do it with me. Or I will kill you.
Yeah, but Olga would love me because I like Fies now, so...
No, Metal would love you because you like Fies now, because no one here likes Fies, except you.
Whoa, I like Fies. What's wrong with Fies?
There's a lot of things wrong with Fies.
What's wrong? What's wrong with Fies? So you had no problem with
ending. Like it's ending.
The ending could have been better, but I don't hate it.
I mean, 49 and 50 are just basically an epilogue after episode 48, which is the real finale of Fives.
Yeah.
It kind of was, wasn't it?
Yeah, when Kusaka dies, that's when Fives dies.
Well, I thought Fives died when they killed the kid.
The kid died in episode 50, and the kid was a piece of shit anyway, so who cares?
Yeah, that's weird. So he should have died sooner.
Apparently he was God the whole time. Who would have thought?
Would have thought Smart Brain was secretly Shocker in disguise. Oh wait, that one episode where they kind of revealed they were Shocker.
But they're very incompetent, Shocker.
I know, it's weird, because, like, they make that weird thing where, like, oh yeah, we're actually related to Shocker. Then, what was it? One of the superhero Tyson films was like, yo, we're gonna make a play off of that little Easter egg we threw into one of our episodes. And then they follow through with it, and everyone was like, that was bad. You should feel bad.
Wheels. Like, I was rewatching Fives, and the funny shit is when Smart Brain is trying to figure out what happened at the Ryusei school reunion, but, like the episode like 40 or something, it was revealed that Smart Brain did know what happened at the Ryusei school reunion, so there was like no point of like wondering why Smart Brain was questioning what happened there.
It was like someone put the files in a confidential, like, fucking safe locker and was like, oh hey, the 5-year gap is gone, we can now open up the files. Oh hey, now we know. It was like one of those, it's like when, what is it, the FBI and the CIA can disclose things, so it's been like, what, 70 years?
But like, the thing is that the person who killed all the students at the Ryusei school was fucking Kitazaki. Someone they all talked to.
And he was the guy withholding the information from them, maybe.
Kitazaki's too stupid to withhold information. He's either playing with Delta, giving Delta away, or asleep.
Damn, that's... Or he's just a really cynical bastard.
Doubt it. He messes with Takuma all the time, like I mess with you.
I was gonna say, more like how you mess with Alex.
Shh.
Hey man, I have Twitter proof. I can
Twitter
screen cap
proof?
that shit.
Oh no, not the Twitter proof. That's my one.
Wait, what's your Twitter again? Because I forgot if I follow you or not.
Wait, who? Mucha?
No, you.
Fuck you. See, now that's fucking with me. That's fucking with me.
I was fucking with you when I was going to ask, like, so Wheels, I haven't watched this show called Ultraman Geed, but what is it about?
It's funny because you have watched that, and I heard you wanted to fucking throw it out the window.
I didn't want to throw it out the window. I just dropped it.
Yeah, you dropped it out the window.
Nah, man, I wasn't dropping that baby, like Michael Jackson.
He didn't drop the kid though.
In an alternate universe, he did.
Yeah, that alternate universe, but we'll never get to see that universe now, will we?
I mean, if we believe hard enough and wish on a Christmas tree.
Isn't that actually what happened in American Dad one time? He wished on a tree to change his family, and it did happen in American Dad.
I don't
think it did.
I don't fucking know, man.
Okay, anyways. Yeah, no, Q Ranger, it's good, it's entertaining, it's different. But, you know, we probably should talk about the real difference here. Should we talk about really crappy Geed? Or, well, it's not really crappy, it's just a clusterfuck. Or should we just go right into Lupinranger versus Patoranger?
Well, give us your thoughts on Geed, Wheels, since
Okay.
you're the one who's seen this so-called
So, here's the
series.
question. I just want to know what your thoughts are. Like, when did you drop it? Like, what episodes exactly?
6, I believe.
So, what was it, when, Zero kills himself?
No.
So you didn't even watch the episode where Zero, like, dies, right?
No, before that.
Okay, so if you watch that, it's really stupid. He dies and then comes back immediately.
Well, that's because he is actually Frieza. It's Fukatsu no Zero.
I was gonna say it's more like because he's, you know, God, because he's Mamoru Miyano, but, you know, nevertheless. Okay, so Geed, as me and Project stated, it's a rush job, because whatever Project has seen, he even stated, like, why did they go through with this, and why didn't they just break it up into 2 series? Because when freaking Riku kills off Belial after episode 17 for Belial to come back within the last 8 episodes, like in the last 2 to 3 episodes, it's kind of a rush job. Like, they set up that Kei Fukude is like, oh, I'm gonna take over because Master is gone and dead. But then Master comes back like 4 episodes later, and it's like, well, you could have not even done that plot to begin with. So, like, I think the biggest issue with Geed is pacing. Like, I think it is terribly paced. Like, there's a lot of action in the show. There's good elements about the show, but you have to shift through all of the garbage in the first couple of episodes to get there. And it really depends on what your sense of, you know, pleasure and disdain is. Because, as Mucha said, he dropped out by episode 5 or 6. it took me until like episode 10 till like Geed started getting better. But then, like I said, in the last couple of episodes, it feels like a real jumble mess just to get to their epic conclusion. Like, it feels like they needed more freaking episodes. And I feel like the biggest issue was they tried to get a fan of the franchise who is an anime writer that I think is also friends with Ribuchi. So, like, he tried to write it almost serialized, like a manga adaptation to like a actual televised series, and I feel like this guy wrote like a full 50 episode series but didn't know that he was only signed on for 25 episodes in a movie. like I honestly feel like he legitimately thought he was writing like the amount of episodes of Gaim. Like, I feel like he was like, "Oh, hey, I'm going to write like a 48 episode show." Turns out it's only 25. Like, what the fuck?
Oh no.
Like, it feels like it's like one of those like almost like Netflix or simulcasted animes where they're like, okay, you get 25 episodes now, you'll get another 25 later. But it feels like they gave you them in one of those more shorter anime series where they take the break at episode like 7 or 12, and then they come back with 12 more episodes, and you're just like, yeah, this feels still like a rush job. Like, it's like one of those. Like, it just feels really weird. Like I enjoyed Geed, but there is a lot of garbage to it. Like, I will admit that. I mean, it's not as bad as watching Ultraman Neos, which is my new show to shit on. But, like, I couldn't even finish Neos, so I can't really fully shit on it. Like I can Max, where I've watched every single episode and know it's a mess. Yeah, watch this. If Keith Justice ever listens to this podcast, he's going to lose his mind to the fact that still I shit on Max, and the fact that I think that there's another show even worse than Max. Probably. No, actually, no. Keith might be happy that he finally now knows there's another show worse than Max. However, he'll then watch it and then say it's a good show, because Keith doesn't know what a good show is. Anyways, let's talk about Lupinranger and Patoranger, right? Because, yeah, since Mucha and me sometimes do a little bit more research on the writers, production staff, and stuff like that. Now, it's funny, I haven't really gotten deep into staff unless it was really with Kamen Rider. Whereas with Sentai, I'm like, most of the time Sentai's great. There's usually never really any issues with its staff and writers, I would say. But seeing the fact that the guys that brought us both Wizard and Zyuohger are working on Patoranger and Lupinranger, I'm a little skeptical. Reason why? Wizard had so much potential, didn't live up to its hype. Zyuohger actually was underwhelmingly disliked at first, and then actually was approved by the fandom. But I know Mucha, I think, still doesn't like Zyuohger.
Zyuohger is a very disappointing series.
I don't think it's disappointing. I think if you have an expectation of it being out there like Gokaiger was, it might be disappointing then. Like that's where I've seen.
It's not even that. I think my issue with Zyuohger is more that there's nothing really going on. Like, there's no real energy that's driving the show in any way, shape, or form. It's just kind of there.
Like, what you're saying is it feels like if we were watching just a typical, like, the early 70s and 80s Toku, where it just feels like they're just making a Toku to make a Toku.
I wouldn't say, like, the 70s or 80s, because those are actually genuinely good, but...
Well, no, because I've seen some of them where, like, the plot is there, but it doesn't feel like it's just driven by that. It's just driven by the normal episodic of, we send a monster, they fight it, it either grows big, we summon the mecha, whatnot. Like, it just feels like it fits just the average standard. It's almost like when you watch, say, like, episode of 5 Man, it's like, we're going to give you a really cracktastic plot, and then you're going to have a mecha battle. Then next week you're going to get a cracktastic plot and a mecha battle, and nothing really, like, really forwards the characters or the story, but then you get, like, this real, like, wrap-up ending kind of show. Sort of similar to, like, how, like, in Kaku Ranger, it was never really feeling like it was building towards fucking anything, but it was still a good show.
I see.
You know what I'm saying, right? Where, like, it feels just so episodic that, like, you get that understanding of, you can get enjoyment out of that, it's just leading to nothing.
Well, there's nothing wrong with being episodic. I think I like episodic series.
Oh, continue on. What was your thoughts? Like, why do you think it was disappointing?
I think it's just because they just had nothing going for it. They just didn't know what to do with, like, the characters or the show's setting or just really anything. It was just very bare, basic, and felt very uninspired at times. Especially once Jiro the World, like, appears. it feels like once he shows up, like everything just kind of dies with the show, because Jiro the World, surprisingly and shockingly, folks, is actually pretty awful. He sucks.
It's weird because I found him more entertaining than, say, Gokai Silver.
I can't say that because Gokai Silver is actually a character.
Wasn't a good character.
Gokai Silver was alright. He maybe not the greatest, but he was a character that added something to the show. Jiro the World doesn't really add anything except he's basically Ryotaro given Imagines in a Sentai.
He kind of is, because he's just a random Joe picked off the street, because Genis was like, oh, let's just find a random-ass human, turn him into an experiment, and give his life meaning. And, like, so they find, like, this guy who's just a broken shell of a person who just wanted friends, and then, like, they kind of misguide him because he's kind of gullible. And it kind of worked, in a sense, because, like, I feel like the problem with Zyuohger was they were trying to almost do that whole shift that fans were saying Sentai was trying to do since Tokyuger of, oh, they're trying to make it more preschoolery every year. You know, there was like that weird stereotype with Tokyuger that they were like, oh, they're going to try to make this more and more kiddified, so it's almost like the levels of Kabutak and Robotech, so they can finally say, oh, we'll just cancel the series.
Let's not get too far with that.
But you remember that stupid fan theory. And like at one point when watching Zyuohger, even I thought like, oh shit, maybe that weird fan theory is actually having some truth to it. Because you look at Tokyuger and you go to Zyuohger, I mean there was something in between the two. I think it was called Ninja, but you know.
What the fuck's a Ninja?
I don't know. It just gave me Katsumi Yamama. I don't know.
Yo Ma.
But anyway,
I remember.
But no, like it was a thing. Was like there was like this weird shift that fans were assuming that it was taking, because there's that weird stereotype that they believe that, you know, Sentai is going to get the axe eventually, but I don't really think it is. I just think they just need better direction.
They just need something to give them pop.
Yeah, and like the funny thing is, Patoranger, Lupinranger seems like a good idea on paper, but I like looking at the aesthetics of the suits and designs. I'm not sure how Komura and Utsunomiya are gonna pull it off, especially when you have Wizard that, you know, had so much expectations not live up to it, and Zyuohger where it just kind of mellowed out to where the majority of the average fans enjoyed it.
Well, here's the thing. Utsunomiya was also involved with another fan favorite show besides Shinkenger and Gokaiger, and that's Tokyuger. So maybe
that's right. Yeah, he did do Shinkenger, which means like it shouldn't be that bad as producer, but it is skeptical with his track record being, you know, very.
And I don't even think Junko Komura is actually a bad writer. I know people tend to like credit her as being a bad writer because of Zyuohger and Wizard, but she's actually written some pretty good stuff.
Yeah, because like that's the thing, because like I never thought like okay
you know Akiba Ranger, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
she wrote the mother episode from Akiba Ranger, like Akiba Yellow's mother episode, which is like universally like one of the most. Season 1, like one of the fan favorites of the season from season 1 is that mother episode.
It's weird because I don't remember that one.
You don't remember the one where like her mother's a cosplayer?
No, I don't.
So I'm disappointed.
Like it's weird. Like I remember seeing at least the first season, but I don't remember the first season. Like I don't like, you know what I'm saying? I remember I seen the series, but I don't remember the series. You know what I'm saying? Like individual episodes. But
it was the episode where like because of her delusions, Akiba Yumeria's like delusions allowed her to like meet her mother again, even though she died.
Wait, who played her mother in that episode?
Rika Matsumoto.
Yeah, it was Ash's voice actress. That's the only weird thing I do remember, is that it was, you know, chick who sung Alive. Yeah, no, that's the weird thing, is like Junko Komura wrote mostly Gokaiger episodes, and Zyuohger, and what is it, like you said, Wizard, right?
She wrote for Akiba Ranger, she wrote for Wizard, Zyuohger. I think she did some episodes of Gokaiger.
Yeah, like no, she did a lot of Gokaiger. She's mostly accredited to Gokaiger. I'm looking at her filmography, and most of her stuff is to Gokaiger when it comes to Sentai and Zyuohger.
She also did some work on the Indonesian show Bima.
Okay, so like the funny thing is like looking back, seeing that she did a lot of Gokaiger, uh, she wrote the later half where I'm not too fond of the series in its later half because it, is more about the cameos rather than the actual story.
Dun,
Uh,
dun.
she did most of okay, so she did I think Akiba Ranger season 1, like a majority of the episodes that I've seen. And she did, Zyuohger, but like it's weird because like I enjoyed her Zyuohger writing. I didn't enjoy her Gokaiger written episodes. As for Wizard, most of the episodes she did do since she was like one of its main writers. No, she was secondary writer. She wrote quite a few of my favorite episodes of like the first arc of Wizard, but then after a while, it's like all downhill from there.
All downhill.
Because like I think I really dropped Wizard at one point, and I didn't go back to pick it back up right when they debuted. What was it? The Dragon forms. When the Dragon forms first started appearing and stuff like that. Like that's when I
see.
first like really dropped. It was like after all the dragons had appeared, and it was leading into the movie war. Yeah. So like I don't know. Like probably what's
You
your
didn't enjoy the Live Man episode?
Oh no, the Live Man episode I think is still one of the good ones, but I don't remember all the episodes she's written. Wait, did she? Okay, so I think she wrote the Time Ranger one, didn't she?
I think she did, yeah.
Which is actually like Live Man and Time Ranger are probably my two favorites outside of the one that was written by the Goat. You know why?
She also, yeah, she also did the Bosco debut.
Okay, so if she did most of Bosco's episodes, then yeah, that's another thing I can at least say she did good, which is rare. Because like that's the thing. It's like it's very wishy-washy. I have to rewatch Gokaiger and see her episodes that she wrote to give a better expectation. It's kind of hard to say there, but like I don't know. Like I'm like it's funny because like you don't like you said Zyuohger, but I do. But Wizard I'm indifferent on. But like I am very cautious of it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Wizard's a very interesting show of just badness. Because it falls into the same trap that Zyuohger kind of did, where it just feels uninspired at times. Like there's something there, but it just doesn't do anything with it, and it's just kind of writing the codes of like, oh, we're just going to be a show and just move on with the year.
Yeah, it kind of did do that, didn't it? It kind of just like tapers off and just doesn't know what it wants to do with itself.
I mean, Haruto in the end is a bastard because he's like, hey, you know what? I'll sacrifice my life and the lives of the sages for the sake of Kiyome.
Well, hey, he had to do it for Bae. And the hat.
Yes.
I mean, he did spend money on her.
Yeah, he had to get a return somehow.
Ah, shit. He was a producer of Fies.
What?
No, he only produced one episode.
What, Utsunomiya?
Yeah, he only produced an episode of Fies. He produced two episodes of Blade, an episode of Kiva.
Listen, man. I don't know if I told you this, but
Oh, no, wait. He did do, like, two good things I can think of. 199 and Versus Gavin, the movie.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, wait, he was also the producer for Movie War Ultimatum, so 3 good movies that I'll already identify with as being amazing. Oh, wait, he's also done the superhero versus movies that everyone hates, but I still enjoy.
Who, Utsunomiya?
Yeah.
I see. Well, he's probably just like credited because some of his heroes are involved.
Yeah.
But mostly who's involved with that stuff is like Shirakura from the movie. Like
yeah, 'cause I was gonna say, isn't Shirakura always the one who's credited for it? Because they say.
Well, there's a lot of producers that are involved. Because like if you watch like Mega Ranger, they do credit Takatera for being the producer, but also Takabe's credited as well. Even though she's not really the producer of the show, she's involved in some way, shape, or form.
All right, so let me just ask Project this, since we've kind of gone back and forth about our thoughts and process. With hearing like the names attached and the works they've done, what are your full, thoughts, Project?
I'm still not sure what's gonna happen with this show, but hey, I'll give it a chance. My usual 6 episodes. Actually, no, in Sentai I give it 10. I'll give it 10 episodes. Because it still hurts my brain. I'm like, so you're telling me there's 2 Sentai teams. They're both good guys, but they don't get along. So how the fuck is that going to work? So, I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Man, this is the weirdest writer versus writer plot I've ever heard.
They're not writers.
I mean, they might as well be at this point.
It's true.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting what's going to happen because, like, one thing is, I think we were joking, what was it, before the show, that, like, the setup for the two factions of the Lupinrangers and the Patorangers, as well as the villains, the, what are those called? The Ganglers?
The Gangstars from
Yeah,
from
Ganglers or the
Vento
Gangstar.
Arroyo. no, the Gangstars from Vento Arroyo, Part 5
No,
of JoJo.
so, like, with the Ganglers, right? So, like, the way we said it was going to be kind of almost like the episode of when Decade visited the Shinkenger world, where like they're all kind of like fighting with each other, and then they only kind of group together once they like find a way to fight with one another. You know, realize they're both allies to each other. So like I like we're gonna see like there's gonna be a lot of like almost I guess phasing going on where like oh hey he stole the gear now I stole the gear now I got the gear back kind of shit going on. Almost it's gonna be a better version of I'm gonna say it's gonna be a better version of what Bokenger should have done in the first fucking place. Because like ironically, Operation Overdrive did it a little bit better with the whole hey let's pass around the relics, like the villains would steal relics from each other kind of thing. So it's now we have a three-way struggle, two Sentai teams struggling with each other to acquire these relics, and then you have the villains that are trying to acquire the relics, but they're going about it in the true villain way, where the Lupin Rangers are probably gonna like be just only chased around because they're thieves and they're not murderers, they're just thieves. So the Pato Rangers, and that's gonna lead to like their weird rivalry. So it's gonna be very writer centric, I would say. I feel like it feels very writer centric for this team, wouldn't you say? I think Project just already stated that it kind of is.
I said it was a versus movie. Like it's basically a 45 episode versus movie.
Oh dear lord. If it's anything like Car Ranger versus O Ranger, then it will be in for a treat. Or even at least a Mega Ranger versus Car Ranger. Because as we all know, O Ranger versus Car Ranger is the GOAT.
Wait, you say Car... oh my god, that's oh shit. Oh shit, that's the emphasis of what this series legitimately is. It's literally the first fucking 15 minutes of Car Ranger versus O Ranger.
Oh dear lord.
It's gonna span over, though, the course of like 38 episodes. Oh, Jesus Christ, Mucha.
Look what you
Jesus
did.
Christ. The revelation. You know what? Mucha, Photoshop that now.
But I'm lazy.
I know, but do it.
I mean, fine. But you have to say that Fies is a good show.
I like it, but it's not a good show.
I mean, that's true. It's not a good show, but,
No.
whatever.
I seldomly do enjoy elements of it. I don't think it's a great show. I mean...
It's better than Elements.
Well, yeah, anything is better than that fucking song. Except the ghost theme. Except that one. Specifically that one. That there's nothing worse than Elements until you get to Ghost. That's worse. That we don't even try to talk about. Oh god. Now I gotta go slap Dark on because he always reminds me about that theme. All right, now yes, I just want to slap Dark on. It's giving me reason to. But nevertheless, okay, so I think we talked about our shows, what's going on, what's not going on, what shouldn't go on, how it happened, what we like, what we dislike. So now I gotta ask, the questions that we sort of asked on last week's episode. Not the main discussion that me and Soundout led off with, that led into a huge tangent on why do you love Tokusatsu. I'm gonna ask the question of, what did you guys think of
I did not kill her. I mean,
what did you guys think of?
This is a different thing. Oh.
Yeah. No, what did you guys think about your 2017, and what are your thoughts going into 2018? Like, what do you expect for 2018, whether it be your actual life, your stuff with your, blogging, vlogging, videos, or the podcast, as a group together, so on and so forth. So, Project, looking back at 2017 and what you're looking forward to for 2018.
I don't know, man. 2017 was a blur. Spent a lot of money. Dreading about spending more money next year. So yeah, hopefully the wallet survives. That's all I can really say.
Project, it won't survive. It won't survive. It'll be thrown to the lava pits of Mount Mortar.
Yeah, man. I have hope.
See, that's where you fail. It's that you have the hope, and Kamen Rider Wizard's not here to save you this time.
Listen, as long as he goes to Netflix, he will be saved.
As long as he Netflix and chills.
Season 4, man. Season 4.
Season 4 of Kamen Rider Wizard will save you.
Damn right. We just have to wait for it to happen. Hey, I didn't even think we were getting a Season 3, and then out of nowhere one day, hey, I just went to her Instagram. Yo, we're getting... Like, what? Still the greatest day ever. So that was your thing, Project. Like, 2017's a blur, and you hope to not get screwed financially for next year. Nothing when it comes to Hero Club or the podcast?
Well, my new faction, is doing
Cut
well.
that crap. Cut that crap. Nope, stop that.
The leader of my group is going to probably win a championship.
Oh, yeah, the Thighs clan, man.
Wheelz is still upset that I've left this podcast. I just show up because, I'm a nice guy.
Oh my god. Great, we're not doing this.
I can't even pronounce the name of the podcast, but I can pronounce the name of my new group.
You came up with this name after the group. God damn it.
I don't remember. I don't recall. Sorry.
See, guys, that 2017 blur is really screwing up Project. It's really screwing up.
This is what happens when I go on an excursion.
Oh no.
Oh god, stop making New Japan references, god damn it. Okay, anyways, Mucha, you're looking back at 2017, looking forward to 2018.
Let's see, 2017, there was some sad stuff, and there was some sad stuff. Was there good stuff? I don't know, maybe, somewhere.
I mean, there was that whole Hirose episode, one of the highest grossing episodes of the podcast thus far.
I mean, if we're talking about podcast-wise, I mean, sure, there's some good stuff there.
I know, yeah, but as for the year, people died.
And
Star
people
Wars
died.
was destroyed.
Star Wars was ruined. Spider-Man was ruined again. Venom was ruined again. Nakajima died.
Then what's-his-face also died, but we didn't find out he had died earlier in the year because his family kept it confidential. The leader of Planet X died, and we were like, oh yeah, he died maybe just a couple of weeks ago. Nope, it was 4 months ago. Haha. Like, what? Yeah, when we made the news as it was breaking, only to find out it was, actually months ago, but his family kept it, behind.
Hush.
Yeah. And then also, Daimajin died.
Yeah.
It wasn't friendly to Toku this year, literally. There were 3 deaths and a suicide.
Yep, my suicide.
I think you wish it was.
If there's some positives that came from 2017, there's Kamen Rider Build being a decent writer show, rewatching older shows and appreciating them more, like Fies, which in 2018, watch out, I'm going to talk about Fies on an in-depth basis, baby. That's right, my 30 for 30 movie will come out.
You were already talking about Fies leading into 2018.
Yeah, but not on a well structured format. You see, it's going to be great. I'm going to be directing it with Anno. It's just going to be making Toku great again.
Oh god, that's how Anno saw himself directing Shin Godzilla.
Yeah, I'm going to make Shin Fies.
Hey, at least freaking Fies wants to do more Fies stuff. I mean, look at his new album. His weird little album of him doing the cover of the song, which no one saw coming. And it also got a music video, which, no one saw coming.
So let's talk about why
Yeah. The guy who sung... No, Kamen Rider Fies
Takumi's
himself...
actor from Fies.
Sung a cover of Kamen Rider Fies, and it also got a music video, where it ends with him looking out into the field, and it's Kusaka just getting off the ground. But it cuts off before you realize it's him.
Hey man, Kusaka should be fucking a Go Rider. That'd be great.
It's kind of weird, the fact that in all the expanded universe after, what is it, the series ends or what not, they always refer to that he actually had feelings for Kusaka as a friend. He actually felt bad that he died.
Bullshit. That was bullshit. Because let's be honest here, guys, and this is 100% true. Kusaka's a villain. There's no way to really escape that. He's the most evil of all evil.
The best way to explain it is he is. The best way to say it is he's not even an anti-hero, but he rides that line of he'll do sort of heroic stuff, unlike Oja, who was just doing it for the lols. There's a weird thing where, he's not a hero, but he does at least sometimes seemingly have a heart for like 2 seconds.
Wheelz. He was going to kill Kiba because he thought Mari was liking him. And that was before he found out he was an Orphanok.
Yeah, isn't it kind of... But like, that's a weird thing about him is like he kind of... It's weird because like he kind of like does shit.
In the prequel to Paradise Lost, he killed Mihara because he thought he sent flowers to Mari. This guy is evil.
Yeah, that's kind of true. Like, it's weird because like he tries to do good stuff, but he's really just a psychotic stalker, isn't he?
Okay, we all know what happens in the Feist novel.
Supposedly it didn't happen in the novel.
It happens. It always happens.
Did you read it, though? Did you read it?
Oh, fam.
Because I heard that's just an urban legend.
Just an urban legend from some person.
Who doesn't even...
But I want to confirm that, like, he gets killed by Takumi Rider kicking him. It makes me happy.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, it's just freaking weird. But yeah, so what's your thoughts for 2018 if you have nothing towards the podcast and whatnot for 2017? Looking back.
2018, I hope there's good stuff to watch or older stuff to appreciate more, and I hope that I can be able to do other things besides working on the railroad with a Chinese man, as we wonder why we got into this situation in the first place.
All right, so you got nothing to say about the site? Nothing else? No?
Well, I hope it continues to succeed. I hope for the best of it, and I hope people continue to click on it and look at all the other content that isn't created by us, the Three Stooges of Toku.
Oh, now we're not the Three Stooges. That's another podcast.
Wheelz, Soundout, and Darkon, yeah.
Yeah, Soundout, Darkon, and Metal.
Wait, is Metal Shemp?
No, he's Curly of the group.
Oh, he's Curly.
Yeah, I would think that like Darkon is supposed to be the Larry, and Mo is supposed to be Soundout.
Don't forget we have to tweet Triple H because Metal's accusing him of steroids.
Oh yeah. I will tweet him after recording this episode. I will be like, "Yo, Triple H, my boy Metal keeps saying you do steroids because it explains your quads tearing."
Wheelz, I specifically said my fat friend Metal claims.
Oh yeah, I did specifically state that. Just like earlier when my dad couldn't hear the carbon dioxide thing going off, you were like, "Wheelz, what's going on?" I'm like, "My dad can't hear the beeping going off because he's fucking deaf." But nevertheless, I think we've hit our mark for this episode. I think there's nothing else we really need to say. Like I said last week when I gave my thoughts on 2017 to 2018, like Mooch has said, just hope that the site does good. Go check out HeroClub.com. It's hero-club.com. And I know people who are, probably guys who have done websites say that you shouldn't have dashes in the actual HTML, but you only do it if it's a last chance, if someone's already take claim to the URL you already wanted, that you have to deal with what you got. So, still, it's a little bit of an FU for us, especially with search optimization, but still, please click it, suggest it to your friends. We don't just do tokusatsu, we have anime, we do comic news, we have reviews for TV series, movies, comic series, and, some video game editorials, as well as, your podcasts and toys and products. In addition, we'll have different content coming in 2018, hopefully, and maybe by 2019 2020 we'll have actual straight on original content, not just podcasts, like video series and so what and somewhat and so forth and whatever. But nevertheless, Project, how can people reach you on social media?
Project One on Instagram, at Project RDM on Twitter. There's also njpwworld.com.
That isn't even you.
Oh my god.
Shut up, Wheelz. My leader works for that company.
I swear to God, people, after the show ends, I'm gonna freaking book a flight to Vancouver and go kick the shit out of Project.
Wheelz, tranquilo, asinayo.
Oh, someone's gonna end up getting tranquiloed. Someone's gonna get.
You can relax, man. Relax.
All right, Mucha, you on social media.
Oh man, you actually want people to follow me on social media? Oh god. Do you know what hell awaits them?
Yeah, I do.
Oh god. Oh, okay. So you can follow me on the Twitters at Janitor Joker. That's Janitor Joker on Twitter. And you can also find me on Facebook with the old Toku Warriors Facebook page.
All right.
And yeah. Enjoy hell.
Okay. All right. I'm Wheelchair21 on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Instagram is Taja_Doyle because some jackass stole that name way before I got on Instagram. And as for Hero Club, pretty much, it's Hero Club for life practically everywhere. You can see it on the screen, and you can see it in our outro. And we'll see you all next week with regular scheduled programming from me and Soundout. The next episode should actually be about, I think, music in Tokusatsu, I think, was our original plan. But then again, I could be wrong and have the dates mixed up. But we'll see you next week.
Shout out to fuck every word.
Hey, it's Wheelchair21, and thanks again for listening to an all-new episode of Los Ingobernables de Tokusatsu. If you want to hear more content or see more content from the Hero Club YouTube channel, we're going to need you to subscribe, like, comment with some feedback, and share this channel with a friend. We also would like you to check out our website, hero-club.com, and follow us on various social media outlets just by looking up Hero Club for Life, as well as the stores you see are where we shop. Anyways, thanks again, and we'll see you all next time.